Good morning, boys and girls. All right. Yesterday we read chapter 25 in Swindle, and what happened was that they got the card. Except while this was all going down, Darren Vader had tried to steal it. He couldn't. He was close to it, but he's still caught in the tree. So that leads us to chapter 26. Darren was falling, still clutching the useless limb as it tore away from the tree. The team watched helplessly as he plummeted toward them. 10 feet up, the ripping wood held suddenly firm. Darren cried out as the branch lunged violently and swung around in the direction of the house. Crash! The bow slammed into a downstairs window, shattering the glass and tossing the boy like a rag doll back into the Palomino house. An ear-splitting wail blasted through the neighborhood as the Ultra-Tech alarm system burst to life. The alarm went on. Griffin abandoned the smart pick and joined Ben, Savannah, and Melissa in a mad dash for the house. Pitch dropped from the tree and limped after them. Griffin could taste bitter dread boiling up in his throat. He peered in to see Darren sprawled in the wreckage of the window, unmoving. Oh my God, is he dead? And then the big boy rolled over, shook his fist, and started shouting with rage. The rush of relief nearly knocked Griffin over. He couldn't imagine ever being so happy to be yelled at by that jerk. With Melissa's help, he hauled Darren over the sill. Except for torn clothing and cuts, bruises, their betrayer was unhurt. You okay? Pitch bawled in his ear. And when Darren nodded sheepishly, she hauled off and punched him in the stomach. Logan pounded onto the wild scene, hollering like a madman. It was impossible to hear him over the clamor of the siren, but his meaning could be not mistaken. This outdoor chaos wasn't part of the plan. What had gone wrong? Griffin grabbed him by the shoulders. You were supposed to stay with Mr. Maroney. You think he'd sit through this kind of noise? The actor shot back. He went inside to call the cops, so I took off. Did we get the card? The card. The smart pick was lying on the ground somewhere with $1 million payload in its pincers. Griffin retraced his steps, desperately scanning the grass. He could see nothing in the darkness. Just thinking, the cops are coming now. This can't be happening. Not when we're so close. A glint of metal caught his attention, heart pounding. He snatched up his father's invention. The Bambino was still nestled in the mechanism. The alarm's gut-churning howl died abruptly. After such overpowering noise, the sudden silence was as explosive as a bomb blast. The unexpected quiet revealed two sounds. Police sirens in the distance and the barking of a guard dog. No, make that 2 guard dogs. Code Z, Griffin bellowed. There was a code Z in all Griffin's plans, the escape clause. The moment when the operation was either completed or busted or both, and all that remained was to get the heck out of there. The team scattered. Hey, cried Darren. Somebody's got to help me with my ladder. In your dreams, snorted Pitch, who was limping at top speed, indicating that her ankle felt a little better. Darren raced to the side of the house and tried to pull the 24-foot length away from the wall. The top overbalanced, and he had to dive safe to safety as the entire thing fell with a resounding cong to the grass. Chest heaving, he began the process of collapsing the 6-foot sections and snapping them into place. The second piece wouldn't budge. Frantically, he tried to stamp on it. Come on! He made a split-second decision and ran after the others. Wait up! If those 2 dogs found the broken window, he didn't like his chances of outrunning them with a ladder on his back. And that same ladder was going to look pretty suspicious if the cops caught him with it on their way to investigate a rooftop break-in. Nothing was free in this world, and the cost of tonight was 1 ladder. He'd explain it to his parents somehow, even if he had to tell them Griffin Bing stole it. Griffin stuffed the card in his pocket, and he and Ben made a beeline for the bike. Hold this, Griffin commanded, handing over the smart pick, and try to stay awake this time. And they were off, riding double along Park Avenue extension, swerving down a side street to avoid an approaching squad car. Ben was frantic. What if Swindle figures out it was us? Police will search us and find the card. Griffin cruised up and stopped beside a mailbox. I've got it covered. He reached inside his shirt and produced an envelope with the address and stamp already on it. He popped the Bambino inside, sealed the flap, and dropped the letter in the slot. Ben was bug-eyed. You mailed it? To who? It's better for you not to know. They got back on the bike and rode to Ben's house. Ben jumped off and handed over the smart pick. I've always had a lot of respect for you, man, he said solemnly, but I never dreamed we had a prayer pulling off what we did tonight. If you got the right plan, Griffin told him, that's all you need. Just the thought of a successful operation brought a smile to his lips. As he pedaled toward home, he allowed himself a few moments of self-congratulations. True, there had been some hiccups, Pitch's injury, Ben's catnap, the empty safe, the extra dog, the guy at the door, and especially Darren's betrayal. But the team had improvised, sidestepped, overcame. After all, the team was part of the plan. And this had been the plan to end all plans. As he rounded the corner to his own block, his heart very nearly jumped out of his ribcage. Dancing colored lights whirled around the brick front of the Bing house. A squad car was parked in the driveway. Flashers ablaze. All right, that leaves us with chapter 27. Cops are in his driveway. Oh my. What's happening? All right, we will find out. Take care. Have a great day.